starting to have a theory that Scientology may be right. Although I'm
Oh
joking.
shit.
I'm not serious. I'm not serious. I'm not serious.
Oh, I was gonna say, fill me
Yeah.
in, please.
But
I'm
so
ready.
so here's my premise is how could anyone walk up to Tom Cruise and tell him that Scientology is wrong? Look at his life.
Right. Look how healthy he is, and like, but don't you? I don't know what. I think I have a pretty good idea of your worldview. We've been
Yeah.
following each other for a while. To me, when I just think when someone makes it big like that, they're in a certain bloodline, and
Mm.
their path was kind of written for them. Um, I don't. I know that's crazy conspiratorial thinking, but it's just
No.
like where I am right now.
No, I feel you, and I don't disagree. But like I said, I'm trying to view things not exclusively from my perspective in every
Yeah,
single
I get you.
scenario.
I
So
get
it's
you.
like you could be 100% right, and by the way, I have no way to prove that you're wrong. But my
No,
point
no. I
is
mean, it's
like,
not.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But my point is like, if someone came up to Tom Cruise and was like, "You're wrong about Scientology," all I'd have to do is be like, "Well, I make whatever movie I want. I do all these
Yeah. Just
stunts. I get to fly." Like it's like
no.
he's
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
the. How is he not? And he's always warning us. I mean, back in the 90s in the old Mission Impossibles, he was trying to warn us about the knock list, for all these secret agencies. In the most
Mm.
recent Mission Impossible, he's warning us about AI. I think Tom Cruise is our modern day Jesus.
Oh my god.
I'm
I'm
joking.
gonna have to process this. I might have to get my Tom Cruise posters from the '90s again and put them on my wall again.
Top Gun 3, and this is for free Hollywood. Top Gun 3, like the most, if we were gonna follow the script of reality, and like what we feel like these systems are doing to us, wouldn't it make sense to have Top Gun 3, Tom Cruise engages with one of those UFOs that they're trying to sell
Oh,
us on the
definitely.
news?
Yeah. So they should do. Tied into
Yes.
Independence Day.
Yes. But so
Yeah.
so this is actually our second time. Last week we tried and we had just technology failures, nothing we could do. So
Yeah.
um a couple things that we had got into early though before the conversation that I want to jump back into now is obviously your life story. And there's two key aspects of it that I think are extremely interesting. And the first one is that you grew up in the Mormon church.
Yes, sir. LDS, as they call
All
them.
right.
And
I
yeah,
did some
we talked
research.
about it. Did you?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last time, but now I have some visual aids.
Nice.
And yeah, like I said last time though, like it was 80-90% a positive experience. I think
Right.
being raised in a community like that with a bunch of families, like it's good. And but I think by the time you hit 10 or 11, you start to get into the more ritualistic stuff, which I think just didn't resonate with my soul, and I started kind of leaving after that. Like I said last time, I'm the youngest of five, and I was the first to leave. But so this is a Mormon temple right here.
Okay.
Oh my god, I didn't
Okay.
think about this glare.
It's okay. Oh, well, it's all right.
Oh
It's all
my
right.
god. Listen, I am an amateur as it comes.
Oh,
But that's
it's good,
my
man.
and so that's
I
the
can
Salt
kind of
Lake
see it.
City
I see it.
temple.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's huge. Looks
Well,
gothic.
this one, yeah, this one. How do I?
That looks. Yeah, if you just go closer, there you go.
Yeah, I'm dumb because I can't figure out that left actually equals right and right equals left when I'm moving the camera around.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like I said, I'm not very.
No,
But
you're
so
good, man.
that's
You're
like
good.
that's the place that they're in all the states. And when you're 10 or 11, or I think maybe even 12, that's when you're able to gain access to them.
Mm,
And what I did was I talked about giving baptisms and something like this, which are they're
right.
all the same. They're baptismal fonts, and like there's oxen. There's like 12 oxen or something at the bottom. And as a kid, I went in there and I got baptized for a bunch of dead people, and
Right.
yeah, and people that have passed, we like kind of save them and bring them back into the church. And then yeah, I only did it once though. You're
So
supposed to go like, go ahead.
that's a teaching then that part of the I don't know, like you go through this ritual where you're getting baptized as a kid. Are you getting baptized into the Mormon church? Is it a baptism of expression of your faith? Like, what is the baptism? Is it
Right.
just about saving other people?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not like a Mormon scholar, but yeah,
Okay.
essentially from how I understand it, it's like I'm as a young boy, I'm like a husk for that soul to be baptized. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
And then and genealogy is also a huge aspect of the church, like finding out your lineage and stuff. And so people will get their genealogy work done, and then they'll go to the temple to baptize those people so that they can, save their
Yeah.
relatives.
Which was hilarious to me because when you first told me this,
You're
my
right.
first thought was like, what if the preacher or whatever, I don't, are they called preachers or priests? What are the
Bishop,
bishop?
actually,
Okay.
like in
Bishop. Okay.
chess. Yeah.
Yeah. So the bishop is like, well, I want to go to lunch, but so we can get your third cousins out of hell next week. Come
Right,
back.
right. They're gonna have to suffer a little bit more. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny.
There's
Yeah,
only, there's only 144,000 of us, so I think we should stop here and cut it short.
right. Yeah.
The
One
math
one
doesn't
kid
add
has
up.
soccer practice. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but it's go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying it's I fondly look back at it. Like I said, every Mormon church had a Boy Scout troop, so like it was just like good camping, good events, and all that stuff. It's just a little too creepy for me though. A
Right.
little too
So
weird.
yeah. So I mean, again, I'm doing this like project. I'll probably make. I think I want to make a YouTube video where I'm breaking down like the formula that of control that in one of the areas that it's most obvious is in the field of religion. And it's this idea of there's these people who claim to have had this experience with the divine. And then as a result, they feel like they have a new way that people need to understand and follow. And then ultimately it leads into it's just a new system of control that usually revolves around power, money, some sort of influence. Um, and like Joseph Smith fits that he
Hmm.
fits that definition perfectly. But like you were saying, like you're saying, like you had a lot of good experiences. There's probably a lot of great people. And again, trying to look at things from not my perspective, but to just like experience something, almost with like an innocent set of eyes. I did, and I'm not joking now. Like I did go to the Scientology website and I started watching their videos, and I
Oh
just wanted to
boy.
do it to see like, is this going to work on me? Like, is this
Hmm.
going to work on me in any sort of way? And I like they have like this they have a website and they have like a live feed and there's just like their propaganda is just going nonstop on it. So I watched it for a few hours. And it's funny because it's like all the stuff they're saying is good stuff, like on the surface. But then they're like,
Hmm.
and then if you join and if you go, and it's like, I feel like a lot of people might have like a good way to view reality, but there's that other side of us that wants it to turn it into some sort of value or some sort of power thing. And that's where it always falls
Hmm.
apart. And that's like the calling card of religion,
Yeah,
Uh,
but I'd also argue that it's on the congregation to kind of just not worship that person too. There's people that want to be worshipped, and then there's people that seek worship, seek idols to worship. Um,
right.
I know you bring up a lot of good points, and like I know we all talk about like how religion soured the concept of God for a lot of people. Like people were raised religious, and then automatically they went to atheism after that. Just like, well,
Right.
hold on, like you don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater. But I also think like in a weird way that like religion also spoiled religion for us. Like I think it could actually be a pretty effective tool for people. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm only 33. I don't know really a bunch, but like it,
But
in
which is
terms of
tough.
like religious protections and stuff, like why not? Like why not create a religion? Like why not have access to stuff that we feel like our rights are being infringed upon? Just like become
Mhm.
religiously protected and not have a leader, just kind of have like a loose definition of like we're all like divinely connected with nature and you have to protect that right or something like that. But I'm not going to start it, but I think someone
Right.
did.
Yeah, I mean, that aspect of I think community is a big part. Like people
Yeah,
wanna be
definitely.
part of some sort of thing, and Yeah, it's just fascinating to me that in order for people on the whole, it seems like, this isn't breaking news. This isn't like the grandest thought that ever was. It's just interesting to me that on the whole, it seems like so far in history, like people insist on, I can't just be moral for moral's sake. I have to bend the knee for some sort of higher entity in order to.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a weird, like, why is that part of the human psyche? It's fascinating to me.
I don't
Does that
know,
make
man.
sense?
Yeah, it does, because I think if you're just, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm like thinking in my head, if you're just
Yeah.
moral for moral's sake, I don't think you're going to suffer as much as you should. And I feel like suffering is like the only way
Mm,
we actually grow into who we should be. Because like I remember thinking that like there are certain Mormon families where they followed everything to the T. You know, they don't watch Harry Potter. You know, none of that stuff. It's
right.
like very just like, and I had this thought at a very young age of like, what does God value more? Is a person that listens to his instructions because they're afraid, or listens to them because they themselves have come to the conclusion that that's the way that they should live. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like I don't know. I just feel like if you're just moral for moral's sake, you're not giving yourself the opportunity to be a little nasty sometimes, and you need to be a little nasty and sinful to actually learn. I do. I think that.
If you want to listen to more clips from my podcast, guess what? You can click right there.